Hello all, welcome to session 28 of Selenium 4 training series. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate about AutoIT tool and how to use this AutoIT tool in Selenium automation. So let's get started. First of all, what exactly is this AutoIT tool? AutoIT tool is a free tool which can be used for automating the window-based desktop applications. So what is AutoIT tool? AutoIT tool is a free tool. Okay, AutoIT tool is a first of all it is a free tool and it can be used for automating the window-based only in Windows operating system, guys. Okay, window-based desktop applications. Window-based desktop applications. What are the few examples of this window-based desktop application? For example, Paint. Okay, the Paint application which comes by default with Windows operating system is a window-based desktop application. Similarly, there are a lot of things, guys. Like for example, here I am using the IntelliJ. Okay, this is a window-based desktop application only. IntelliJ here, whatever I am using is a IntelliJ IDE editor, whatever I am using for writing the code here, right? That is nothing but a window-based desktop application. Like that, a lot of window-based desktop applications exist, right? But Selenium, there is a limitation with Selenium, guys. Okay, there is a limitation with Selenium that Selenium can only automate which type of applications? Selenium can only automate the web applications. Okay, Selenium can only automate the web applications. What are few examples of the web applications? Any application that runs on a browser is nothing but a web application. For example, Amazon.com, okay, is a web application. You have to open a browser. In that, you have to search for Amazon.com.in or Flipkart.com and any other application. Okay, if you type this, you see this application, Amazon.com application, is running on the browser. Any application that runs on the browser is nothing but a web application. Is nothing but a web application. Selenium can only automate such kind of web applications, whereas other applications, like for example, here there are some other applications, right? Like Paint. Okay, here Paint. Paint is one of the window-based desktop application. Okay, it is a desktop application. It doesn't run on the browser, and it comes by default with the operating system. When you install the operating system in your machine, automatically you will get that Paint software. Apart from that, in Windows operating system, you have to explicitly download and install some software. Like for example, to use this editor, IntelliJ IDEA editor, I have to download this particular software and install it. Then only I can use this IntelliJ IDEA in my machine, like Java software. All those are window-based desktop applications. Selenium, can it automate the window-based desktop applications? No, guys. Okay, Selenium can only automate the web applications. Selenium cannot automate. Okay, Selenium cannot automate desktop applications. Okay, desktop applications cannot be automated by Selenium. But why we have to use AutoIT in Selenium automation? Okay, because you are going to use Selenium only for web applications, right? Why there is a requirement of using AutoIT in Selenium automation? Let me explain. For example, I'll take you to one application page, which is a web application, guys. Okay, this application will run on the browser itself. For example, this application runs on the browser, right? The internet Heroku app.com is a web application because this application is running on the browser. But if I take you to this functionality of this application, like a file upload functionality, you see there is a choose file button here, right? What will happen if you click on this choose file button? The moment you click on the choose file button, you are getting a dialog here. Is this dialog from the application? No, guys. Okay, this is a window based dialog. Okay, it is coming. This particular dialog is native to the Windows operating system. So can Selenium automate the window based desktop applications? No, right? So Selenium cannot automate this kind of dialogues. It cannot enter any path here. It cannot say open here. Cannot do anything else. Okay. Once this dialog appears on the screen from a web application, Selenium cannot proceed further. That's the problem. Selenium can only automate till opening this application URL and clicking on this button. Once it clicks on the button, this window-based desktop application functionality comes up in the form of a window-based dialog here. Okay, this dialog, you see, you cannot right click also. You see, when I right click here, when you right click here, you're not getting the inspect options, right? So For example, on the web application, if I right click on any button or something, I'm getting inspect option. But if I click on the choose file, this dialog appears, and on this dialog, I cannot right click and select the inspect option here. Okay, inspect option will not come in the right click options. Here you see, I want to right click. You are not able to right click also because this is not a web application. It is a window based. Okay, it's a window coming from the operating system. Okay, it's a desktop application related dialog. That is a problem, guys. So in such kind of situations, when you have to automate this particular kind of dialogues and all which comes in between the web application while using the web application functionality, then we have to use AutoIT along with Selenium, because Selenium can only automate the web application. Selenium cannot automate the desktop applications. In such kind of cases where you get that kind of dialogues from the window operating system and all, then Selenium will take the help of the AutoIT, guys. Okay. So in such cases, we have to use Selenium plus AutoIT to automate or to overcome that kind of window based dialogues which are coming from the Windows operating system. Okay. So in this session, I will explain everything in practical, guys. Okay. Let's go step by step. Now we understood, right, what is AutoIT. Okay. And also what are the limitations with Selenium and why AutoIT has to be used in Selenium automation to overcome that kind of problem. Just now I have shown you, like uploading the file where window dialog is coming. To overcome such dialogues, we have to use AutoIT along with Selenium automation. Okay. Fine. Now guys, let's go to the next one. That is antivirus settings. So when you're working with AutoIT, when you're using AutoIT with Selenium automation or whatever it is, what happens is during the process, so some people complain that, okay, so after watching my video, some people say that I'm not able to do it. Okay, I'm not able to do it because one of the reason you guys may not be able to do it is if you have a antivirus software in your installed in your machine, and if this antivirus software is restricting you from running the scripts. Okay, so sometimes what happens is when you create an AutoIT some kind of file. Okay, so in the next few steps you will understand what I'm going to do with AutoIT. So where in one of the step we have to compile the AutoIT script and create an exe file, guys. Okay, during that process what happens is exe file will not be created, guys. Rather your antivirus will be stopping you. Okay, if you have a kind of different antivirus installed in your machine, like different McAfee or whatever it is, what they will do is they will stop that particular, okay, compilation process, and they will not allow you to proceed further. So what we have to do in that case, so it will not happen in all the machines, guys. Okay, so even if you have the antivirus also, sometimes it may not happen, the problem you may not face. But if in case you are facing any problem where your antivirus software is restricting you from compiling or creating such kind of exe files using AutoIT and all, then guys you just disable the antivirus for a while. Okay, when you are working with AutoIT, you have to disable the antivirus in your machine for a while, otherwise you cannot proceed further. Okay, only if you are getting problems, do that, guys. Okay, just disable the antivirus and proceed further. Fine, this is one of the things. Now guys, I am going to use AutoIT, right, along with Selenium automation. In Selenium automation I'm going to use the AutoIT scripts. For that, guys, first I need to download and install AutoIT, right? We need to download and install AutoIT. Let me show you the process for downloading and installing AutoIT. So fine, what I will do here, guys, I'll just go to the Chrome browser and search for two words, that is AutoIT space download. That's it, two words. Just press enter. In the search results, you will get this link, guys. Okay, autoitscript.com, AutoIT, like this you'll get. Click on this AutoIT downloads link. You'll be taken to this page, AutoIT downloads page, where you just need to scroll down a bit, guys. Just keep scrolling down until you see this option here. Okay, AutoIT full installation. Okay, don't go for individual installations that are shown here. Go with the AutoIT full installation. Now click on download AutoIT. In a while, the AutoIT will be downloaded in your machine. Let's wait for the download to complete. AutoIT has been now downloaded here, as you can see. So I'll say show in folder, and here is the place it got downloaded. In my downloads folder of my Windows machine, it got downloaded, guys. I'll just simply double click on this file. Okay, so I got a user access control dialog where I have to select yes. That's it. In a while, I'll get the installation wizard from AutoIT like this. Now I just need to select next here. I need to agree to the license agreements and terms and agreement and whatever it is. I select I agree, and We generally prefer to use 32-bit version, guys. Okay, even though 64-bit version of this software is available, so I'll just go with the 32-bit. Okay, it's working fine for me. Recommended for compatibility, they are saying. So let's go with this XC86. Okay, that is 32-bit version of this AutoIT. Click on next. So I don't have to change any option here. Okay, so run the script is fine. Select a default option for AU3 file. So yeah, next. So then choose components. You don't have to do any modifications here. Again, you have to select next. And this is a place where, guys, AutoIT software will be installed in our machine. That is C drive program files x86 folder. Okay, in that AutoIT 3 folder will be created, and there that is where this particular software will be installed in our machine. Okay, click on install. So let's wait for the installation to complete. You're almost there. Okay, it doesn't take much time, guys. Okay, let's wait for the process to finish. Okay, so it has been now successfully installed. So I don't want to see any release notes and all. I'll just uncheck this option and I'll simply say finish, guys. Okay, that's it, guys. AutoIT has been now successfully installed in your machine. So how to confirm that, guys? We can go to our C drive. Okay, in our machine, the location where it got installed, that is C drive. Under the program files x86, open this, guys. Okay, here you see a folder got created after you install, right? AutoIT 3. Just open that folder. Here is where it got installed, guys. Okay, AutoIT software got installed in our machine in this place. Fine. What next? After you have downloaded and installed AutoIT in your machine, then there are few applications, guys. AutoIT, because this is a full download and install of AutoIT, guys. Okay, AutoIT is not a single thing, guys. It has multiple things. Okay, AutoIT has multiple things. What are those multiple things? I'll show you. Okay, in this download in this place where the AutoIT has been installed in our machine, you see there are different applications here. One of the application we have is under the site folder. Okay, we have to go inside the site folder and you have this application, site application here. Okay, I'll tell you what exactly the site is, okay, in a while. And the second thing we have is AU3 info. Okay, another application. When you install AutoIT 3, you also get apart from site application, you're also getting AU3 info application. Why we have to use this application, I'll tell you in a while. Fine. So like that, these are the main two applications we generally use, guys. Okay, this one you use as an editor. Okay, this one I'll tell you the purpose when the time comes. Okay, these are the two applications we are going to use, guys. Okay, after you install AutoIT, site and AU3 info applications, you have to explicitly use. Fine, done. So what I will do next is I'm going to start using the site application. So we need an editor, right? For example, if you want to write Selenium Java automation script, we have to use some editor, right? So what is editor in this training series I'm using from the beginning of this training series? Which editor I'm using in this Selenium Selenium for Java training series from the beginning? I'm using this IntelliJ IDEA editor, right? Here we have a sample project which is configured with Selenium. In this project, we are writing the Selenium automation scripts from the beginning. So this is one of the editor, right? But to write the AutoIT scripts, okay, to write the AutoIT automation scripts, we cannot use this application, guys. Okay, we are not going to use this IntelliJ IDEA editor. Rather, we have to use another editor. Okay, so as you already installed AutoIT software in your machine, and this is the location where it got installed. At this location, okay, you'll find a folder known as site folder. Open this folder, guys. Inside that folder, you'll find this site application. Okay, so just double click on the site application, guys. You see, in a while it will open like this. Okay, this is a site application. This is nothing but an editor, guys, so where you can write your AutoIT automation scripts. This is the editor. This application is nothing but an editor which can be used for writing the AutoIT automation scripts. So if you type something here, for example, if I type C or control or something here, you see the font size is very small, right? The font size is very small in this AutoIT editor. What I have to do is, okay, what I have to do is I have to press Control key and use my mouse to. I need to scroll my mouse, guys, like this. Okay, the middle button on the mouse, right? Scroll button. Everyone has a mouse, and on their mouse there will be left click button and right click button. In between the buttons there will be a scroll. Okay, there is an option to scroll, right? That's using that scroll you can change the just by pressing the control key. Okay, you can type anything here. For example, I can type my name also, Arun. And when I press Control key and hold it and scroll like this, okay, scroll up. You see, this is a maximum height, maximum font size you can go till. Okay, you can also reduce. Okay, like this. I think this. Let's see what is. This is a better, right? I think this much is enough. Okay, this much is too much enough. Okay, so I'll go with this much of size. Okay, just press Control key and use your mouse scroll. Okay, mouse scroll up to increase the font size if it is not visible for you. Fine. Fine guys, anyhow for demo purpose, I need to go with this much of font. In your case, whatever that is visible to you in your machine, that's fine. Fine, I'll remove this part. Okay, so here, this is an editor I told you, right? Here I need to write some AutoIT automation scripts, but I don't know anything about AutoIT, right? Because if I have to write Selenium Java automation scripts, I already know Java programming. Okay, I know Selenium commands and all. I can write it here. But what about AutoIT? From where I can get the help and learn the AutoIT? AutoIT has it's a separate thing, right? So separate commands will be there, separate library will be there for AutoIT. But where can I find that library? To find that library, guys, go to the help here. Okay, you don't have to invent anything. Okay, you don't have to learn something. Okay, simply click on the help and just select this help. So if it is not coming, if any dialog is not coming, do one thing. Okay, that by default this help will not work for you guys. Okay, so when you open this site application, by default this help option will not work. So what you have to do is you have to save this file, guys. Okay, first of all you need to save this file. Then only help option is going to work. After you launch site application, where this particular file you save. Okay, site application file you just need to save. Okay, just click on the file, guys, and say save. Okay, just click on the save, guys. Okay, when you click on the save, so it will give you this dialog. Just go to the any location in your machine. I'll go with the downloads because it's kind of clean and neat. Okay, you can go any location in your machine and just create a folder, guys. Okay, so I'll just create the name of the folder as auto folder. Okay, and just creating the name of the folder as auto folder. In that auto folder, I'll just give some name, that is auto IT script demo. Okay, some name you give, guys, some file name you give, and change the save as type as AU3. Okay, the last option, auto IT AU3 option, you change it. Okay, don't forget to do so. Click on save, guys. Okay, the moment you click on save, you see this particular file got opened in this particular site application editor, has been saved at this location under the downloads under this auto folder with this name auto it script demo.au3. It got saved in our machine. Okay, fine. Now click on help, guys, help menu, and select help option. You see it is coming. By default it will not come, guys. Once you save this file only it will come. Okay, once you save this editor file somewhere in your machine, then only this dialog will come. So complete help documentation is there, guys, on how to use AutoIT. Okay, how to write the automation scripts using AutoIT tool. This is a complete help documentation. So what I will do first is like I'll just give you some sample, guys. Okay, so it's not related to Selenium. Whatever the command sample things that I'm going to tell you now, only for demonstrating the AutoIT functionality, guys. That we are not going to use that commands in Selenium automation. Okay, for our purpose, just to get used to this AutoIT. Whatever I'm going to explain is important. Okay, select the contents, guys. Okay, just by default index was there. I just selected the contents, guys. Under the contents, so I'll see. I just need to go to some place, guys. Okay, so let's see function reference. I'll go on to the function reference, guys. So here there is some option, like I will choose some random option here. I'll go with this message boxes. Okay. So there is something like message boxes, guys. Okay. So message boxes and dialogues. So expand the message boxes. You see there are a lot of different message boxes, input box, message box, progress, and a lot of things are there. So what I will do is I just select this message box and dialog and okay. So here you see there is another option again. When I select this folder here, this contents, message box and dialogues under the function reference, on the right side, some documentation is coming. So there is a link for MSG box. Okay, just click on this MSG box. Okay, this one got highlighted. Fine. So let's try to experiment this. Okay, this sample thing. Let's try to experiment. So message box. So I can use this command. This is one of the command in AutoIT, guys. Message box is one of the sample command in AutoIT, guys. So let's type this message box here. Okay. By looking at the documentation, I'm searching this MSG box. Okay. MSG box, open the circular bracket. The moment you open the circular bracket, guys, what you have to provide here, you have to provide a flag followed by title, followed by text, and remaining all are optional, guys. You see, from here to here, everything is optional. Okay. So from here, you see from this square bracket to this square bracket, everything is optional. But mandatory things are this flag, title, and text here. Okay. After the circular bracket, you have to give flag, title, text, and this part is optional. I will not worry about the optional thing. And you finally you have to close this circular bracket. Okay. So in between this starting and closing circular bracket, you have to provide flag, title, and text for this message box command of AutoIT. Okay. And what is the purpose of this message box? Let's understand here, guys, from the help documentation itself. You see, it's the editor itself is giving some help, right? Displays a simple message box with optional timeout. Okay. Displays a simple message box. Okay. If you want to display some simple message box, then we can use this message box command in AutoIT. Okay. So here in this SciTE application editor, I'm typing this MSG box of AutoIT. This particular command belongs to AutoIT. Okay. So this editor can run this AutoIT scripts. Okay. That's what is this thing. Now, guys, I need to give the flag. Guys, how to give the flag? I'm not aware of that, right? So how to give the flag and all, I am not aware of that. Already we have opened this help application, right? Help documentation in this AutoIT. Just see what they are saying. What is flag? Let's go here. Scroll down. You will find some documentation about flag. You see, if you give the flag as 0, it will display only on the message box. It will display only OK button will be there. But if I give the flag value as 1 here, it will display both OK and cancel buttons. If I give flag value 2, it will display abort, retry, and ignore buttons. Okay. 3 means yes, no, and cancel buttons will be displayed on the like that. Whatever the flag you are giving, that particular okay kind of message boxes will come appear. Okay. So let's do one thing here again. Let me say I'll just give the flag as okay. I'll just give the flag as let's say 0 itself. Okay. So normal OK button should come with the flag 0. And title, what is this title? What is this text? Let me explain, guys. For example, if you have seen any message box, it will be like this, guys. Okay. It will be like this. So the message box will contain a title. Okay. Some title will be there. For example, I'll give my name as a title for this message box. And here on the message box, there will be some button. Okay. Let's say this is a OK button. If I give the flag as 0, only OK button will come on this message box. And not only this title and this particular button, guys, here there will be some text on the message box. Okay. Welcome to Selenium. Okay. Welcome to Selenium training or something. I want to display the message. So this is what I want to do with the help of AutoIT. Okay. I want to run some AutoIT script and I want to display this message box where the title will be displayed as my name and the message will be displayed as welcome to Selenium training and the button will be OK button. Okay. This kind of dialog I want to display. For that, I have to write the script here. The AutoIT script I have to write in this site editor. So MSG box, first I have to give the flag, guys. Flag is 0, only OK button will come, comma, title I have to give. Title I decided to be my name, right? For now, I'll give my name as a title, comma, text. What message text should be displayed on the message box? Welcome to Selenium training is a message text. Welcome to Selenium training. Till here only mandatory, guys. Flag, title, and text, message text is only mandatory. Remaining all are optional, so I'm not going to explain about optional here. I just need to close the circular bracket. That's it. Done. Now, what else I have to do now? Now, guys, let me see how this particular AutoIT script is working. Okay, I just want to see. I want to run this particular AutoIT script from this editor. Okay, this site editor has some options to run this AutoIT script. How to do that means I just need to click on the tools. Okay, after writing this particular AutoIT script, I just need to click on the tools menu and select go. The moment I say go, guys, the script will be executed. Okay, the script will be executed by this editor, and you see, as mentioned, a message box. Okay, this is a message box that got displayed on the screen, and because we gave 0 flag, OK button is coming, and here Arun Motori is there. That is a title. Second thing is a message. You see, message on the message box. Welcome to Selenium training. I just need to say OK. That's fine. But if I copy paste the same thing, or I'll type it again, what's the matter? I'll say MSG box, open the circular bracket, and this time I'll give the flag as 1, guys. Okay, and I'll give my name again as the title. I am giving the same name, comma, again welcome to same Selenium training I am giving. Okay, some sample text, welcome to Selenium training. Now if I say tools, again say go, the AutoIT script should be executed. First, the first line got executed, message box. Okay, at a time only one message box will be displayed on the screen. So first line got executed. So it has only OK button and with this title and message. But the moment I say OK, the second line will be executed and second message box will come. Say okay, you see, you'll get the second message box. Since you gave the flag as 1, you see you got okay and cancel buttons this time, and title is Arun Motori and welcome to Selenium Training. Okay, you don't have to learn this message box thing, guys. I'm just taking an example here. Okay, I'm just taking an example of how to work with AutoIT script. Okay, where we have to write the AutoIT script. Okay, which editor we have to write? Site application editor. Okay, and this is the AutoIT script where we are running the AutoIT code. Fine, and the way to run it. Done. So far, so good, guys. So, guys, the same AutoIT script I want to run from Selenium automation. Okay, just understand this. So, I have written 2 lines of AutoIT script. This AutoIT script I don't want to run from the site application like tools, go and all. Okay, I want to run these 2 lines from where? From my Selenium Java automation script I want to run. How to do that? In order to do that, guys, okay, in order to do that, what I have to do here is first I have to save this. Okay, whatever the lines I have written here. Okay, in this particular file, AutoIT script demo.au3 file. Already saved this file, right? I'm just saving this with the latest contents. Okay, which has some code. And now what I will do here is I will go to the location where this file got saved. Okay, where is the location, guys? Under the downloads in my Windows, under the downloads folder, under the auto folder, under with this file name and extension, it got stored. So let's go to the location. Let's go to the downloads. You see, already I created the auto folder. In that, I saved this file, AutoIT script demo file, okay, which I opened in this editor. And this is the file, guys. And if I close from here, let's see if I close this from here. Now, if I want to see what script has been written, okay, under this particular file, what AutoIT script is available, just double click here, guys. Okay, directly double click on this. Okay, it's running. You see, it's running. Say okay. You see, next dialog is coming. Okay, or you can right click on this and say open with AutoIT V3 script editor. Okay, open with the okay, it's running actually. So what I can do here is I have to say right click open with choose another app, more apps. Is there any app here, guys? No, it's not open. Maybe I need to open this application. Okay, from here. So if I double click, guys, it's not it's actually running, guys. Okay, if I double click on this, you see, if I double click on this, it's actually running the script directly. Rather, I want to open this, guys. Okay, select open. Still running, guys. Okay, still running. We cannot see that, right? So one way to see that is here, go to Windows search and search for that site application. Okay, SciTE script editor. Open that. Okay, it will open. Fine. You can just do this also. Same thing will happen. Okay, fine, guys. File new, I'll say, you see nothing, I'll just close this part, close this one. While the editor is open, while the site application editor is open, just double click on this, what's happening, still it is there, still okay. Now, if I do like this and drag this here, you see it's opening. Okay, this is one way of opening, guys. Okay. You see, when I drag this file onto this editor, automatically the code that is there in this particular file is displayed here. Okay. And I can press Control and increase the font if I want to see it problem. Now let me close it, guys. I don't want to do that. Okay. I don't want to. So just to confirm what script is there in this file, I was doing that. But now how to run that particular 2 lines of code, AutoIT script from my Selenium Java automation code. For that, guys, first we have to, okay, this is fine. This is fine. Till here it is fine, guys. Now right click on this file, say show more options. Okay, say show more options and say compile script. Okay, you need to compile this file. AutoIT script file you have to compile, guys. Select this compile script. You see, the moment I compile this file, an application file, that is exe file, got generated. Okay, this is an exe file, guys. Okay, so right click and say show more and say properties here. You see exe file. This is an exe file. Okay, when I compile the AutoIT v3 script file, I got an exe file. Okay, this exe file is important for us. Okay, this exe file we are going to use in our Selenium Java automation code. So for that, guys, first I'll go to the IntelliJ IDEA where a sample project which is already created and configured with Selenium is available. Under this src test Java, I'll create a new class, say demo class. Demo class I'll create. Okay. After creating that, I'll just type the main method here. Okay. I'll just type the main. I'll just create the main method here. Just type main here and press enter. You'll get the auto-generated code for main method. Okay. Inside the main method, guys, what I'm going to do, just observe here. Okay. So inside the main method, I'm going to provide this exe file. Okay. I want to run this exe file, guys. Okay. when I compile this AutoIt v3 script, I got this exe file. This exe file I need to run. Okay, if I run this exe file from this Selenium Java automation code, the script will be executed. AutoIt script will be executed. So in order to run that, guys, what I will do here is I'll create a folder first. Okay, I'll say right click new. I'll just create a directory that is folder in this project. I'll just name that as AutoIt scripts. I'll say okay, AutoIt scripts. I'll just create this folder, guys. Okay, AutoIt scripts folder. I'll copy this exe file. Okay, copy this exe file and paste it here, guys. Okay, just paste that exe file here. Say okay. You see under the AutoIt scripts folder, I pasted this exe file. This exe file, to get this exe file, I need to compile this AutoIt v3 script. Then only I'll get the exe file. That exe file we have to provide here, guys. Now let's write the code here. In Java itself, we can write the code, guys. I'll say string. Okay, I just need to create a path. Okay, AutoIt script file. Okay, script file path. I'll say okay. Some name I am giving. This is the path of this particular file. Okay, I need to give the path of this particular file, guys. How to give the path of the file? Where is this file available? This file is available in my project, right? So to get the project path, generally we write system dot get property. Inside the get property, we have to type user dot dir. Okay, this is the first line we have to write. So this will get you the path till the project. Okay, till the project path, it will get it dynamically. Say plus and provide double quotes, and remaining portion you have to give under the project. Where is this file available? Exe file available. AutoIt script demo.exe file available under the AutoIt scripts folder. So here just say double backward slash and type the folder name, that is AutoIt scripts is a folder name. Okay, just be sure that case sensitive and all those things are taken care of. Again say double backward slash and give the name of the file AutoIt script demo. Okay, AutoIt script demo.exe, like this you give. Okay, .exe. So I think this is the path. Okay, this is the path of the file path of this demo.exe file. Now we need to how to run this particular exe file. Using Java only we can run this exe file, guys. For that, okay, we have something known as runtime dot get runtime. Okay, there's a predefined class in Java known as runtime class. This belongs to Java, guys. Okay, under this class there is a predefined method known as get runtime method, and say dot again. After get runtime, again say dot, and there is another predefined method in Java known as exec. Okay, exec string command is coming. Okay, just give this exec. In this exec, you need to provide this path of the exe file. Okay, this exec command will run this exe files. So let's type AutoIt script file. This is the file path, right? Done. Okay, so what's the problem here? You are getting some checked exception. Okay, now for demo purpose, I'm ignoring the exception, guys. In real time, you have to handle this exception with handle this checked exception suggested by a compiler with try catch blocks. For now, I'm only adding this exception details to the method declaration so that the compiler will ignore the exception for a while. Okay, fine. But in real time, you have to use try catch blocks. For now, demo purpose, this much is enough, guys. Two lines, I just wrote two lines. Okay, in first line, I gave the path of this exe file. Second line, I gave this runtime.get runtime.exe with this given path of the exe file. Okay, this exe command with the help of this path, it will run the exe file. Okay, now run this, guys. If I run this code from this IntelliJ IDE editor, the AutoIt script will be running. Okay, you see, if I run this, what will happen? Just see, guys. Okay, so it's running. Wait for a while. Now it started. Did anything happen here or still running? Nothing happened, na? Okay, why? Okay, so it took some time, guys. Okay, it took some time. I was also shocked because it took some time this time. So what happened, guys? After a while, you got this dialog. Okay, this dialog is coming from the AutoIt script only, because when you run this exe file, that exe file is compiled from the AutoIt script. That AutoIt script, the first line was all about the message box having only OK button, flag 0, right? This title and message are properly coming. The moment you say okay, guys, another message box will come, because there are two lines in the AutoIt script. Second message box came with okay and cancel button, because in the second line there was a flag 1, right? Title, message, okay, cancel. Okay, say okay, done. So guys, you understood, right, how to run the AutoIt scripts from the IntelliJ IDE editor or whatever the editor. Okay, apart from the site editor, okay, given by AutoIT. This is the process, guys. Okay, we have to compile that AutoIT script, generate the exe file. That for that exe file, we have to put that under the project, and we have to create the path, specify the path, and that path we have to run using the Java commands exe. That's it. Okay, that's what is the process. So this is what is get started of AutoIT, guys. But how do we use AutoIT in Selenium automation? I have not started it. Okay, this is only sample I explained. Okay, what is AutoIT? How to run the AutoIT scripts? Till now I explained, but there is a lot we have to learn, guys. Okay, so how to use AutoIT? I explained. That's it. Okay, how to run the AutoIT scripts from our Selenium Java projects? I explained for now. But how to use? What is the real use of AutoIT in Selenium automation? I'm going to explain. Okay, fine. All this already covered, guys. Okay, all this already covered. Fine. So what else is left out here? Let's see. Fine. Okay. So I'll explain one more thing, guys. One more thing you need to understand here as part of this. So, guys, you see, every time I run, what will happen is there is a limitation with this. Okay. Every time I run the script from the IntelliJ, I'm getting the same title, same message, right? You see, same title, same message I'm getting. How many times you run the same message and same title will come? Again, I'm running. Again, the title is same, message is same. What if next time I run, I want a different title and different message? What I have to do? So, what I have to do, guys? To do that, what we have to do is again we have to open this site application, site editor. Okay, in the site editor, you see the code is there. Open the code. So this particular file is opened here. You see demo.au3 AutoIT script demo.au3 file is currently open. If not opened, you can open from the downloads folder. Okay, fine. Anyhow, these two lines are there. Every time I want a different message, manually I have to come to this AutoIT editor, open this demo.au3 file, open this au3 file where the script is written, and modify the messages here. Okay, instead of this, I have to modify like this. Next time I want Selenium 4, okay, to be the title. Okay, I want instead of Arun Motor, I want Selenium 4 to be the title, and here Selenium 4 training should be the message. Let's say. Now save this. After saving this, what I have to do, guys? Close this. Go to the location where that is saved under the auto folder of downloads. It got saved here, right? Auto ID script demo file. Okay. So here, this was a previous exe file. So now I changed the code here. So what I have to do is this exe file I have to delete, guys. This is the old one. Now again, I have to right click on this and select this compile script option x86 32-bit. Okay, just compile that. Then you got the exe, another exe file you got. Again, copy this exe file. Every time you want a different message, you have to follow this process, guys. Go here, delete this one, delete this previous one, say okay, it will be deleted. Say select do refactor, guys. Okay, it will go on away. Okay, now it gone away. Now right click and paste the latest exe file. Okay, now copy paste the latest one, latest exe file after compiling second time, right? That exe file came. Now, guys, the path is same. There's no problem with the path. Still it is pointing to the same file. Okay, now run the script. Let's wait for the script to run. Okay, it's taking some time. That's okay. Let's wait. You see, this time you see you got a different title, you got a different message, and okay button, right? With Selenium for welcome to Selenium for training. Say okay. Selenium for welcome to Selenium for training. So this is what is the thing, guys. Okay, every time you have to get a different title and different message. I need to go to the this site editor, open that AU3 file. In that AU3 file, I have to modify the script and then compile, get a latest exe file, replace the old exe file with the latest exe file, and then run the script. This is too much process. So rather, I want to decide this particular title and messages. Okay. Rather, I want to decide this title and messages not from, okay, not from this editor. Rather, from here itself, from this Java code itself, I want to decide the title. I want to pass the title and message from this code itself. What I have to do for that, guys? One time effort is just one time come to this site editor, open this AU3 file which you want to edit the AutoIT script for, and here, so before these two lines, write something like this dollar. Okay, give some variable name. Let's say I'll give the variable name as title, guys. Okay, title is a variable name, is equal to simply say dollar CMD line. Okay, just remember this dollar CMD line, give that as one, guys. Okay, give that as one. Now for second one, okay, So here, what I will do here is in place of this, I'll provide dollar. Okay. In place of this, I'll provide dollar title. Now here also I'll provide the dollar title only. Dollar title. Okay. Dollar title is the command line one. Simple. Okay. This dollar title is accepting the value from the this outside. Okay. This dollar command line one means it will accept the value from the outside case. Okay, it will accept the value from the outside so that it will be stored in the dollar title variable. And this is a variable case. Title is a variable and we're reusing here. Okay, multiple times I have to use, right? So dollar title, dollar title. So this command line will accept the data from the outside programs and all. So like that. Here message also have to do the same thing, right? For that I'll create one more variable. I'll say message is equal to dollar message is equal to, again I'll say dollar command line. This time I'll say two guys. Okay, second argument that you are receiving from outside of this particular site editor, and this dollar message I'll write it here. Okay, I'll write dollar message here. Okay, here also dollar message. That's it, guys. Okay, now save this. This is only one time effort. Next time onwards, you don't have to come. Every time you want a different title and different message, you don't have to come to this script. Okay. So here we are passing the data to this command lines. Okay. Command line one, first set of data will be taken. Command line two, second set of data will be retrieved. Save this file, guys. Go to the location, delete the older exe file. Again, this is AutoIT script demo file, AU3 file. Just right click on that and say compile 32-bit, because we have installed 32-bit version of software. You have to compile using 32-bit only. Now we got the another exe file, copy this exe file again, the latest exe file, go back, delete the older one, say okay, and say do refactor, it will be gone away. After that, paste the latest one, paste the latest exe file. Okay. So this exe file has that command line arguments, right? It will receive the command line arguments. So what I am going to do is this string file path is okay. Okay, string file path is okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a string array this time. Okay, I'm going to create a string array. I'll just name that as CMD or something, and is equal to, I'll give this it's an array, right? So I'm giving this curly brackets. In that case, okay, I need to provide the arguments. Okay, list of arguments I need to pass to that AutoIT script. First, I'll take this AutoIT script file path. First, I'll take this one. Okay, then I want to pass. Next one is I want to give some other string this time. String. Okay, title. Okay, title is equal to, you can give any name, title on box. Okay, title on box is equal to, like that you can write whatever the name you can give here, not a problem. Is equal to, I'll give the title as, let's say I'll give my title, my name as the title for now. Okay, similarly string message, message on box. Okay, message to be displayed on box is equal to welcome to Selenium training. This is the message I want to pass. Training done. Okay, so these two things, okay, apart from this file, this exe file path here in the CMD string array CMD, apart from this exe file path of AutoIT script demo.exe file, I have to pass this title on box, that is Arun Motori, and message on box, comma here. That's it. Okay, message on box here. Three things are there. Okay, exe file path, title on box, message on box. Okay, done. Now here, instead of providing only this path of this exe file, this time I'll not provide that. Sorry, control Z. So this time I'll not provide only this file. Rather, I'll pass this CMD, guys. Earlier, only file exe file I need to provide to this exe command. That's why it was like that. But this time I need to pass some data to the AutoIT script, right? Some title and message text dynamically I need to pass to this exe file. So to pass that, guys, I need to create a string array with the CMD, and you see, first you have to give the path of the exe file. Afterwards, last two things will be what data you want to pass to that AutoIT script. You have to pass it here. First, I want to pass title on box. This will go into the command line one. Message on box will go into command line two, guys. Okay. Now here I'll just pass this CMD string array CMD. I'll pass here. Now if I run this code, guys, okay, if I run this code, what will happen is this time dynamically whatever the title I'll mention, that title will come on the dialog. Whatever the message I'll mention, that message will come on the dialog. Run the script here. Let's wait for the script to run. And whatever the title I mentioned in this title on box, that title should come. Whatever the message I provide in the message on box, that only message should come. Okay, let's see. So it will take some time, guys. It's taking some time. You see, whatever the title I gave, Arun Motri came. Whatever the message I gave, welcome to Selenium. So that's working fine, right? Two dialogues are coming. That's okay. So what if I want to change this message? Can I change? I don't have to go to the AutoIT script this time because I created that command line arguments, right? Fine. This time I'll give Selenium 4 here, and this will dynamically change from from this code itself. We can change, right? We can pass dynamical data. Here I'll say Selenium 4 training instead of normal Selenium. Selenium 4 training. Okay, Selenium 4, Selenium 4 training. Now run the script here. This time you see from the from this Java code itself, we are able to decide the title and message on the message boxes. You see Selenium 4. Well, earlier Arun Motor came, now Selenium 4 came. So it's working perfectly fine, right? So guys, this is how we can work with the AutoIT scripts. Okay, just to get started, this much of practice is enough, guys. Okay, but how we are going to use AutoIT script in Selenium automation, and what is the purpose of using AutoIT automation scripts in Selenium automation? That we'll see. Okay, once you practice still here, guys, still here, if you understood how to use AutoIT and all those process, then whatever I'm going to explain next will be so much easy for you. Okay, so fine. Yeah, this one just now I covered, na. Just now I covered this title and message from command line. I passed it. Okay. So this is a code done. Next, this part is done, guys. So now how to use AutoIT automation scripts in Selenium. Okay. How to use AutoIT script in Selenium automation. What is the purpose? I'll explain now. Okay. So the one of the purpose we can use this AutoIT script in Selenium automation either to upload a file or download the file, because when you are in the process of uploading a file, in between a dialog will come from Windows. Okay, from native Windows operating system, a dialog will come. Desktop application related window dialog will come, that we cannot automate using Selenium automation. I'll show you practically, guys. Okay, what is the blocker and all I'll tell you. So for that, guys, I'll go to this IntelliJ again. I'll remove all this code. Okay, remove all this stuff, and I'll delete this. Let the file be there, guys. Okay, we'll create a new exe file here, but let that old one be there. Not a problem. So what I'm going to do here is here inside this. I'll just remove this part for a while. Okay, so fine, remove this part, or we can freshly create the demo file. If you are in confusion, you just delete this file and recreate it again. Okay, freshly we can create the demo file. Okay, demo class. Simply say demo, guys. Simply say demo and press enter. Inside the demo class, let's create a main method. Press enter, auto generated. Now here, guys, I'm going to write the Selenium automation code. For what is the purpose of writing the Selenium automation code is, I want to do this operation, okay, using Selenium Internet Heroku app. Just click on this link, guys. You'll be going to this page. There is a page on this application, that is upload. Okay, file upload functionality is there. This is the one, guys. Okay, this is the one, file uploader. I need to go to this page. So how to go to this, how to open this application URL in the browser using Selenium automation? I'll be writing the automation code first. First, I'll be writing WebDriver manager dot Chrome driver dot setup. Like this I'll write. Okay, after that I'll write driver is equal to new Chrome driver. This is a Selenium automation code. So this project is already configured with Selenium library. So that's why we are able to utilize it. Okay, import this WebDriver interface from Selenium, import this Chrome driver class from Selenium. Then say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then simply say driver dot get, guys. Okay, inside the get you provide this URL. Okay, this particular URL you provide, application URL. Once this application URL is opened, I want to click on this choose file button. Okay, in order to upload the file, guys, first I need to browse the file, right? Okay, to browse the file, guys, okay, I just need to click on this choose file button. So how to click on this choose file button? I will right click on this choose file button and select inspect option. And this is the HTML code of this choose file button. It has an ID, guys. I'll use this ID locator. Copy this ID locator for this choose file button and simply write the code like this. Driver dot find element, driver dot find element by dot ID. Sorry, let me write it again. By dot ID. And here I'll provide the ID locator of that particular choose file button. Okay, I'll create a web element for this choose file button. First of all, I'll simply say choose file button, okay, is equal to. Now hold the mouse on this and the return type will be web element interface. Okay, web element interface. Now with the help of this choose file button, I'll web element, I want to click on this button, right? I need to click on the button to get this dialog. Okay, in order to browse a file, I just need to click on this button. So to click on that button, guys, what I will do here is I'll just say choose file button dot web element dot click. I'll say, okay, that's it. Let's run the script and see whether the choose file button is getting clicked or not, and is the dialog is opening or not. Let's see that. Okay, run the script and see what is happening. I've run the script. Let's wait for the script to run. First, it will open the Chrome browser, then maximize the browser. It will take you to that upload page of Internet Hero application, and then it has to click on the choose file button. Let's see whether it will happen or not. Okay, first of all. Okay, it has opened the application URL. After loading, it has to click on the choose file button. But is it clicking? Is the choose file button has been clicked? No, right? That's the problem. Okay. So the normal way, when I write the normal, sometimes it may happen, guys. Okay. In the older versions of Selenium, is used to happen for me, but now somehow it is not happening. Okay. So the normal way, if I use the normal click command of Selenium WebDriver, it's unable to click on this choose file button. Instead, what's happening? Any exception or something displayed here? You see some exception also got displayed, guys. If you are getting this kind of exception, what is that exception we got here? Let's see the exception. Invalid argument exception. Okay, invalid argument exception is coming, guys. Okay, I'm not able to use this click. So what I will do here is I'll remove this way of clicking. Instead, you remember, right, in one of the previous sessions of the Selenium 4 training series, I explained you how to simulate the mouse and keyboard keys using actions class. Right, there is a predefined actions class in Selenium using which we can simulate the mouse and keyboard keys. With the help of mouse, I want to click on that choose file button. For that, I'll create an object for the actions class. Actions is equal to new actions, I'll say. Okay, actions is equal to new actions. Now here I need to pass the driver. Okay, this web driver instance, that is driver, I need to pass, and using the actions object reference actions dot move to element, I need to hover the mouse onto this choose file button. Okay, so if the normal click is not working, I need to move my mouse onto this choose file button. Okay, like this, I need to move my mouse onto the choose file button. So after moving my mouse onto the choose file button, like this, okay, I need to give the web element, right? Web element of that choose file button I need to give. So the mouse will move to the choose file button. After that, I need to click using the mouse. Okay, using this click command, the mouse click will happen. So for this commands of this actions class to run, you have to end that with build.perform. You should not forget about this. Okay, so dot build.perform, otherwise these commands will not run. If you don't end with build.perform, these commands will not run. Done. So this time, let's see whether run the script and see whether the choose file button is being clicked and we are getting the dialog or not. Okay, run the script this time. Normal way of click is of Selenium WebDriver is not working. So I am using the actions class of Selenium WebDriver to do the operation. Using the mouse, I am going to click now. Let's see whether the choose file button will be clicked this time. You see, it got clicked. Okay, the choose file button got clicked and we got this dialog also. Okay, then that's the reason we got this dialog, guys. Okay, so once this dialog comes, this dialog we cannot inspect, guys. For example, if I want to type the path of the file that I want to upload here, okay, here the reason I clicked on this choose file button is to browse a file. Okay, browse a file and browse a file so that I can upload later, right? Browse a file here so that I can upload later. But the problem here is once you get this dialog, can I locate this particular file name with the help of the Selenium? Can I create a locator for this? If I right click, am I getting any inspect option? No, this is not possible because this dialog is not a web application dialog. This dialog is a native Windows desktop application related dialog. Okay, this is a desktop application dialog, guys. Okay, this Windows native Windows dialog. This cannot be automated using Selenium. We got stuck here. You see, till here only we can write the Selenium automation code. Selenium cannot proceed further because once this dialog comes, Selenium cannot interact with this dialog. What I have to do in this case? If Selenium is unable to automate this particular dialog, then how to upload this file? Okay, how to upload this file here? So for that process, guys, so we can take the help of the AutoIt here. Okay, to automate this particular dialog which is coming in between. After I click on the choose file, I need to take the help of the AutoIt. Okay, AutoIt can automate this, guys. Okay, how to take the help of the AutoIt? I'll tell you. Okay, let's close this one for now. For now, let's close this and in our local browser, let's click on this choose file button. So once I get this dialog, guys, I cannot inspect this. Okay, I cannot inspect this. I cannot handle this dialog with the help of the Selenium automation. Okay, the commands in Selenium automation will not work here to handle this particular window-based dialog. I have to take the help of. I have to write the automation script in AutoIt. Okay, and pass that automation script to Selenium. That's what we are going to do. For now, till here Selenium was able to handle, right? Click on the choose file button, no problem. After that, here we need to write the AutoIt script. We have to write AutoIt script here. Can we write the AutoIt script directly here? That is not possible. Okay, if you want to write the AutoIt script, if you have to write the AutoIt script, you cannot use this IntelliJ editor. We have to use the editor that we are already using, that is SciTE. Okay, so if you don't remember like how to launch this SciTE, okay, after you install AutoIt, just click on this Windows search, guys. Okay, uh, just click on this Windows search. You can search here. Okay, and just type site here, you'll get this editor. Or if you're or you want to manually go to the location where the AutoIt is installed in your machine, you can go also, guys. Okay, just click on this PC, C drive, program files, AutoIt, and under the site folder we have this particular application. Okay, you can open from here also. Okay, so if you don't want to waste your time, simple way to do this is click on Windows search and search for site, guys. Okay, just search for site here, you'll get this site editor. Just click on the site editor, it will launch. Okay, this is the older script, guys. If you remember, I'm just pressing control key and mouse scroll up, so to increase the font here, this much is good. So this code is belong to the previous thing that I demonstrated. So I want to create a new file. Okay, I don't want to use the older code. I just want to select few file and say new, guys. I want to close this older one. Right click, close here. It's a new file. Okay, I want to create the new file. First I'll save this file, guys. File, I'll say save. The moment I save, I'll get this dialog, guys. Okay, which is taking me directly to the downloads, because previous AU3 file also I saved at this location, downloads auto folder. Okay, so I'll create one more file here. I'll say one more AU3 file here. So I'll give the name as file upload demo. Okay, file upload demo, and here I'll say all sources and say AutoIt AU3 file. Okay, save this file. It got saved now. Now, guys, there are three commands that we have to remember now. Okay, so there are three commands. In AutoIt, there are few commands to handle this particular dialog. Okay, generally we use AutoIt. You don't have to remember all the commands in AutoIt, guys. Okay, so mostly when you are working with web application, you will be abstracted with this kind of window dialogues. Okay, in the terms of uploading the files, and if you come across this particular dialogues, how to automate that? For that, you just need three commands, just three commands of AutoIt. You don't have to remember the complete library of AutoIt. So what are the three commands? I'll tell you, guys. Here, I need to first command of AutoIt I need for setting the focus. Okay, whether the focus of my focus is there here or not. Okay, this inside this file name I need to give the path of the file I want to upload. Okay, I just need to give the path of the file I need to upload. For that, for getting the focus to this particular file name box, I need one command of AutoIt. Second command for uh, typing the, okay, for typing the path of the file. For bringing the focus to this field, one command in AutoIt. For typing the path after getting the focus into this field, now I need to type the path of the file I want to upload here. Okay, I want to type the path of the file. For example, if I want to upload this file, I need to give the path of this file, guys. Okay, select properties here, and this is the path. Okay, this is the path. So it's a robot.png. So give the path of the file here like this. You have to give the path of the file slash robot.png. Like this, I have to give the path. So how to type this path here in this file name field? First, I have to bring the focus to the file name field. Then I have to give the path of this file like this. And after entering the path into this file name field like this, I need to select the open button. Then the file will be uploaded. This is the process. But how to do that, guys? How to do that using Selenium? Selenium cannot do all these operations just now I showed you. It cannot bring the focus to this file name field. It cannot type the path into this file name field, and it cannot click on this open button. Selenium cannot do that. AutoIt can do that. But what are the commands in AutoIt to say, you bring the focus to this file name field? You enter the path of the file in this file name field and click on the open button. For that, three commands. For three operations, three commands are there. What are the commands? Okay. So let me explain you the commands. Okay. So the commands are these three commands, guys. Control focus, control set text, control click. Okay. Control focus is the first command. Control set text is the second command. Control click. So to bring the focus to this particular file name field dialog in AutoIt, we have a command. Okay, in this editor, which I already saved here, file upload demo.au3 file. This file got saved right in this editor, using this editor. Here I'm going to write the first command, control. Just type control, guys. You'll get a lot of commands here. Control. So you see, you can scroll here. You can see a lot of commands here. The command that we have to use is control focus, guys. Okay, give the control focus and provide open the circular bracket. You see, in this control focus command of AutoIt, I have to provide title, I have to provide the text, I have to provide the control ID. So how to get the title, how to get the text, how to give the control ID? Is it possible for us to get the control? Okay, is it possible for us to get the these three things, that is title, text and control ID of this particular field, file name field? Is it possible to get? It's not possible to get using normal way. Okay, so what we have to do is, when you have installed AutoIT, where exactly the AutoIT got installed, guys, in your machine? So in our machine, this is the location where the AutoIT got installed. I have to go to the C drive. In the C drive, program files folder, in that AutoIT3 folder, in that, okay. So this is the where place where the AutoIT software got installed in our machine. And when you go to this particular location, guys, you will see the after the site application. I told you in the beginning, right? There's one more application known as AU3 info application. Okay, it's an application, guys. Double click on this application, guys. The moment you double click on this application, the application will launch like this. You see frozen AutoIT3 is coming. Okay, the window info AU3V window info is a dialog. Okay, this particular application I have to launch. Now go to the application where this dialog is open. Now first what I have to do here is to, okay, to get the title and control ID and all the stuff. Okay, after opening this window info application, I just need to select the options and unfreeze this one. Okay, by default it is in freeze mode. I just need to select unfreeze. Okay, remove that selection. Now after unfreezing it, now there is a finder tool here. Can you see the finder tool here? Okay, and in that finder tool, guys, in the dialog kind of thing, there is a, in the window kind of thing image, there is a circle. Just drag that circle onto this particular field, that is file name field, and drop it. The moment you drag this and drop into this file name field, the details of this, okay, the title, okay, the title and the control ID details got displayed here. The moment the details of this particular file name field got displayed here by this AutoIT window info tool, again select options and now freeze it. Okay, this time whatever you do, wherever you move your mouse, these details will not change, they will get freezed. Okay, until you unfreeze this captured details of this particular file name field will not change, guys. Okay, that's the reason we have freezed it again. Otherwise, if you just click on this, these values will change. Okay, that's why I have to freeze it. Once I get the required details of this file name field, I just freezed it. Okay, we'll unfreeze it again when required. Okay, for now, you say title. What is the title of this particular file name field here? Open. Okay, so here to set the focus, I have used the command known as control focus and open the circular bracket. First one should be the title. What is the title, guys? Open is the title. Just type that open here, say comma. The next one should be text, guys. This text is optional, guys. So just give optional in the sense, you should not, if you don't have any particular text, you just give double quotes, that is say comma. And third one should be the control ID, guys. Okay, third one should be the control ID, which is a combination of this class and instance. Okay, here I need to provide the third argument here for this control focus command of the AutoIT as, okay, as what? Control ID. Control ID is nothing but the combination of the class and instance. What is a class? Class is edit. What is instance? Instance is one. Together, what they will become? Edit one. So here, edit one is okay. Just type the edit one here. Edit one is nothing but the control ID of this particular field, text field. Okay. Close the circular bracket. Close the circular bracket. This is the first line I have to write. Minimize this for a while. Okay. Now, after bringing the focus onto this file name field, once the focus is there, if I type something, it will be typed into the file name field. Okay. If I type something here, once the focus is set for this file name field, if I start typing, the typing will happen in this file name field. What I have to type, guys, here? I have to type the path of the file I want to upload. For example, if you want to upload this robot, okay, I need to type the path of this robot file. How to upload the path of this robot file? So like that. Okay. So do one thing. I'll just right click on this. Okay. Just just have some file in your machine. It can be screenshot file or it can be any file, text file or whatever it is. So this kind of file you have in your machine, guys, is some sample image file. This is in my machine. If you like, I have already downloaded and kept it here. Okay, in my machine. So I'll right click on this particular file, guys. Okay, I'll right click on this file and select properties, and this is the path, guys. Okay, the best way to do this is copy this file. Okay, copy this file, guys. Okay, copy this file and keep that in your project itself. Okay, so do one thing. Let me delete this part, or okay, we'll do one thing here. Whatever the files you want to upload here using this Selenium Java automation script with the help of AutoIT, right? So right click on this project and create a new file, guys. A new directory, say files to upload. Okay, some folder you create, guys. Under the folder, you paste the file. It no need to be no need to be an image file, guys. It can be any file. It can be text file or some sample file is required for us. Okay, just do copy that, create a folder in your project, and whatever the file you want to upload as part of your automation script, copy that under that particular folder of your project, guys, and keep it ready. What next I'm going to do here is, once this particular file is copied in your machine and all, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give the next one. Okay, I need to give the path of this. I need now type the path of this robot.png in my right here. I need to type the path of the robot.png. Okay, that particular robot.png file which is there in my files to upload folder in my project. This particular file path I want to give here. For that, guys, I have to use another command, control. Okay, what is the command? Control set text command. Second command is control set text. Three commands will be used. We will be using control focus to bring the focus to the field. And once the focus to the field happen, then I need to type the path of that file, that PNG file, whatever I'm using as a sample. I want to type the path of that PNG file into that field. So for that, guys, again I have to open the circular bracket. So the field is same, right? Into the same field I need to, after bringing the focus to this field, to the same field I need to type the path. So that's the reason, guys, here I'll give the same title. Okay, the field will have the same title. So here again open, okay, comma, again. So how to use this? Let's see. Open that. So first we have to give title, then text that you want. Okay, there are multiple things here. Let's see. Title, this should be right, this should be like double quotes here, and control id should be control id, and whatever the path you want to type into the text field, you have to type it here in the last one. Okay, four arguments are there, 1 2 3 4. As usual, first three arguments will be the same and last argument will change. Okay, so I'll give open here as the first one. Okay, and the second one will be simply double quote without any space or something. Okay, just directly give double quotes, empty string. Third one is control ID, which is a combination of edit and one. So here I'll say edit one, and the last one will be the file path. Here I need to give the path, guys. What is the path I have to give here is, I'll go here and right click on this particular robot.png, and I need to copy the path, guys. Okay, just copy the path, absolute path I'll copy for now. Okay, I'll copy this path. If this particular file is there in your machine also, you can go to that particular file in your machine and right click and get the path, guys. Okay, just somehow copy the path and paste it here, guys. Okay, right click and paste it here. Like this, the path of the file will be copied and pasted here. That's it. Okay, this is what we have to do, guys. Now what's the next one? The next one here we have is, after typing the path, for example, after typing this path here like this, okay, that path will be typed like this with the second AutoIt script command. Then the next one is, I need to click on this open button. In order to click on this open button is again on the window dialog, and it's not the text box field, right? It is a separate field on this particular dialog. So what I will do here is, I'll open this AutoIt window info. I'll first unfreeze. Okay, these details belong to the field text field, file name text field. I'll say options, unfreeze that. Again, I'll drag this. Okay, I'll drag this circle this time onto this open. Okay, you just drag onto the open and release it. Okay, you see it got released and it captured few things. Again, I have to freeze it. Okay, now the details are different, guys. Open title is same, but control id is different. That is button one is the control id. This time what I will do is, I want to click on that button. For that, we have to use this command known as control click command. Okay, control third command, control click. First I have to give that title, text will not be there. Control id I have to give. Okay, control id I have to give. Title is, what is the title here for that button on the dialog? Open is the title. Just give open here. Second one will be empty string. Third one will be the control id, which is a combination of this class and instance, that is button one. Give that button one here like this. Okay, and that's it, guys. Just close this. That's all. We are done with this. Now next thing is, I need to save this. Okay, save this script here in this file. After saving that, go to the location where this file got saved in your machine, that is downloads folder under the auto folder. And you see this is a new one, right? This is a new AU3 file, script file, AutoIt script file. Okay, so right click on this. Okay, right click on this and show more options. Say show more options and say compile script, guys. Okay, you just need to compile this. An exe file will be generated out of this AU3 file. That exe, that is application exe file which got generated from this AU3 file, you need to copy and go to your project and paste it under the AutoIt scripts folder which I created already. Okay, you can give any name to that folder, but that's okay. I'm just pasting it. So the name of that particular is file upload demo.exe guys. Okay. So here what I will do here is I'll say string AutoIt script file path. Okay. I'll give like this AutoIt script file path is equal to the path of this exe file I have to give. That is there in my project only in my project. So to get the project path, I'll say system.get property double quote user.dir I'll say and say plus double quote, put a semicolon here, and under this project, under auto IT scripts folder, auto IT scripts folder, under the auto IT scripts folder, again say double backward slash, under that the name of the file is exe file is file upload demo. File upload demo.exe you have to type, okay? File upload demo.exe you have to type like this. That's it guys. This will get the path of this exe file. Then what else we have to do? I have to write runtime, okay? In Java, we have this runtime, right? Runtime dot get runtime dot exec. I have to type this command, and I need to provide the path of this exe file here. That is this particular file path I need to give here. That is AutoIt script file path, and put a semicolon. We'll get this compiler error, and we can ignore the exception. Compiler is giving the checked exception. You can ignore the exception as this is a demo. In real time, you have to surround this with try catch blocks. Okay, but for now, as part of demo, I am ignoring the exception. That you see here, I am ignoring the exception. Done, guys. Now, if you run this script, okay, if you run this script, it has to do that. Okay, so it's better, guys. Okay, you see, once you click on that choose file button, the dialog may not appear immediately. So I'll just give some, just for to be safe, I'll just give some thread.sleep, guys. Okay, let's say 3 seconds of time I will wait here before uh, running this AutoIt script. Okay, because the moment you click using Selenium, the dialog may not come immediately. It may take a time. We'll wait for some time and then run the AutoIt script. Okay, that's what I'm doing. This AutoIt script that is there inside this file upload demo.exe file need to type the path of the file that I want to upload into that file name text field and click on the open button or OK button or whatever the button. What is the button? Open button. Okay. It has to type the path like this and it has to bring the focus to the file name field, type the path here and select the open button. So that's what should happen, guys. Okay. Let's see whether it will happen or not. Let's run the script now. So I am running the Selenium Java automation code, which is actually taking the help of AutoIt script, okay, to do that process. So fine. After loading the application, you click on the choose file button. So the dialog came after 3 seconds. It has to type the path into the file name field if it works fine. Let's see whether it is working fine or not. Yeah, you see, it has typed the path. It was very fast, guys. Okay, actually, it was very fast. Okay, so it clicked on the open button, and because of that, you see robot.png came here, right? It got browsed. Now, if I click on the upload, it will be uploaded. The file will be uploaded, guys. Okay, you see the file uploaded. This is how, guys, we can upload the files using Selenium. Okay, so Selenium cannot do all the stuff. It will whenever that particular window based dialog comes, just application related dialog, window based dialog comes. Okay, we are running the AutoIt script. By writing this code, we are running the AutoIt script files to take care of that dialog. Okay, fine. Now, guys, I will do some improvements for this particular script where you see tomorrow I want to upload a different file. Okay, tomorrow I want to upload a different file. Instead of uploading the robot.png, I want to upload a different file. Every time I have to go to this AutoIt editor and change the path here. That is not a proper process, right? Every time I need to change the path of this particular file robot.png. Tomorrow I want to upload some text file abc.txt file I want to upload. So I have to open this AU3 file, then edit this path, and then again compile this AU3 file, generate that exe file, again replace this file with. That is a tedious process. Instead of doing that, I'll update the script a bit here. Okay, this AutoIt script I'll update where I'll say I'll say path is equal to, okay, file path is equal to some variable name I gave, $file path is equal to. Here I'll say $cmd line, okay, command line of one I have to give. Okay, this command line will intake the arguments. Okay, intake the argument. This path will be dynamically uh, received by this command line and it will be stored in the file path. And here, instead of providing the file path here, I'll remove this this thing, and instead of providing that path, Okay, hard coding the path here. I'll just provide this dollar file path here. Okay, so dynamically this will receive the file path of the file that need to be uploaded from the Java code, Selenium Java code, and pass it here, and that will be taken here. Okay, so save this. Only one time effort. Save this, guys. Go to the location where that file upload is there. That is a downloads auto folder, and here remove the earlier exe file. Now right click on this and compile that using 32-bit, sorry, x86. Okay, once you get this exe file, copy this again, go to your IntelliJ, and this is the older one, delete this older one, say do refactor, it will be deleted, and now paste it here, guys. Paste the latest one, paste the latest auto generated or compiled file upload demo.exe. So here I need to create a path here, guys. Okay, I just need to pass the path. So already AutoIt script file path is there for this file, that is file upload demo.exe is there. There's one thing. Now I need to provide the path of the file that I want to upload. Okay, so I'll simply say string file to be uploaded path. Okay, file to be uploaded path. What is the file that need to be uploaded? Let's say I want to upload this robot.png file. That path I have to give. Where is this robot.png? It's better to whatever the files you want to upload, guys, you just better to keep them in your project itself. Like create this kind of files to upload folder, and okay, it can be have any name, guys. Okay, any file you want to put it here, and you can provide it here. Okay, like this system dot get property user.dir. Just give the path of this file, guys. Okay, just give the path of this file that you want to upload. Okay, this is a path of the exe file for which you have to run the AutoIt script. Okay, for running the AutoIt script, we have to give the path of this exe file, which got compiled and auto generated from the EU3 files. Okay, so this is the file path of this file you want to upload. Okay, so user.dir plus double backward slash and give files to upload under the project, under the files to upload folder we have, right? Double backward slash and give the name of the file. Robot.png is the name of the file. Okay? Name and extension of the file. That's it. Now I have to create a string array. I'll say cmd is equal to, and first thing I have to pass this exe file path. Okay, AutoIt exe file path I have to pass. I'll give AutoIt script file path, comma. The second one should be this file to be uploaded. This will go into the command line. Okay, in here, right? Dollar command line. This will receive this file path. Okay, file to be uploaded file path will be received by that. Okay, file to be uploaded. This particular thing will go into the command line argument one. Okay, fine. Now here, instead of executing this exe file directly, I'll give this cmd now. Okay, this particular cmd I'll provide here. Done, guys. That's it. So we have made it dynamic now. Okay, we have made the script kind of bit dynamic where it will, okay, whatever the file you want to upload, you just provide it in this path and update the path here of that particular file. If robot.png. If any other file, you can update it here. Okay, now run the script. Now run the script, guys. See whether the robot.png is running, robot.png file is getting uploaded or not. Okay, let's wait. Okay, let it load. After the application loads, click on the choose file button, guys. Okay, so let's wait for the application to load. It's taking some time. That's okay. Let me hit it. Sometimes it will take some time. Yeah, choose file button came. After 3 seconds, automatically it will type the path of the file. Just observe the file name field. After 3 seconds, it has to type. You see it? Immediately clicked on the OK button also. You see the robot.png got uploaded. What if I want to upload on a different file? Okay, I want to upload a different file. Let's say I want to create a file here. Let's say sample file. Let me create it here. I'll say ABC file. Okay, this is a txt file, abc.txt file. I'll just write some sample text inside this file. Okay, so I don't know what is the text. It's not compulsory you have to write it. I'm just writing it. I'll copy from here. I'll delete it from here, guys, later. But for now, I'll copy this into the files to be uploaded folder. Okay, so like this. Okay, I'll delete this file from here. There's no need of keeping that there. Now, guys, instead of uploading the robot.png, this time I want to upload the abc.txt. What I have to do, guys? I don't have to go to the AutoIt script. Okay, and modify that. Here, simply give abc.txt. Okay, the name of the file you give. Okay, the path is same na. Files under the files to upload, we have the abc.txt. Okay, just give that path and run the script. This time it will not upload the robot.png. This time it will upload the abc.txt. Okay, so we have made the script a bit dynamic now. Every time we should not be disturbing the AutoIt script and compile and create the exe file, right? We can pass that from the Selenium automation code itself. Okay, the path of the file to be uploaded, we can pass it from the Selenium automation code itself like this. You see, now this time it didn't upload the robot.png, it uploaded the abc.txt. Right, you can click on the upload, guys. Okay, it will be uploaded. Okay, you can click on upload, it will be uploaded. Fine, guys. So now you understood how to upload files using AutoIt. The next last another example is there, guys. Okay, so not only while uploading the file, guys, while downloading the file also, okay, we will come across something, so we need to automate that. Okay, using AutoIt it is possible. I'll show you one example. So I'll take you to this same application download page, guys. Okay, download page, same application download page. You see, this is the page, guys. I want to download this. For example, I want to download this abc.txt file. I want to download. Okay, I want to download this abc.txt file. How to download this abc.txt file? Okay, how to download this? So if I click on this, you see it's downloading it. Okay, automatically it is downloading, but my requirement is not to download here, guys. Okay, I don't want to. So using normal Selenium automation also, we can click on this and the file will be downloaded. But where the file will be downloaded? The file will be downloaded in your downloads folder by default. Under the downloads folder by in Windows operating system, if you are using the Windows operating, anyhow this auto uh, like if you are using Windows operating system and Selenium automation script, okay, in that case the files will be by default downloaded in your downloads folder, guys, no matter what. Okay, but what if I don't want to download files into this downloads folder, rather I want to download these files into a separate folder? Okay, let's say in one of the folder here, under this project I'll create a new folder, guys. Okay, under this project I'll create a new folder. So downloads, okay, downloads folder I'll create here. So the moment I create download, in this folder only I want to download. In that case, is it possible? But my files will be downloaded in my Windows downloads folder, not this project downloads folder. Okay, so otherwise I'll just rename this a bit, downloads. Okay, so download files here. The folder name is downloads file. Under this downloads files here folder, I want to download the files rather than downloading in my default location in my Windows machine, that is downloads folder. Okay, so how to do that? How to automate that? For that, guys, Selenium cannot decide which place it can download. Okay, Selenium can only click on that link and the file has to be downloaded by default. When Selenium clicks on this abc.txt, these files kind of will be downloaded under the default download location on your machine, that is downloads folder in your Windows machine. But what if I want to get this particular file downloaded in my specific required folder? Let's say this folder in my machine I want to download. In that case, I have to use AutoIt, case. There is no other use, no other way. I have to use AutoIt script only. Okay. So how to use that? I'll remove all this code, guys. I'll remove all this code here. So I'll write this code now. I'll write the code for, otherwise I'll delete this demo.java file. First of all, I'll recreate it. For downloading example, I'll recreate that. How to download that using AutoIt, how to download such files from the application using AutoIt, I'm going to show you. So for that, guys, I'll create a new, click on Java, I'll say demo, I'll type main here, done. Inside the main, guys, what I have to write? Okay, so I'll tell you what I have to write. I will tell you. So before writing any code in the Selenium, okay, before I writing any code inside this main method, what I'll do is I'll open this AutoIt this site editor. I'll say file new. I'll close the previous one. I'll write the code here, guys. Okay, for downloading, I'll write the code here. What is the code for downloading, guys? For downloading the code, we have to use different commands, guys. For example, what commands I have to use? These are the things. So there is a command known as inetget. Okay, inetget is a command, guys. If I highlight here, just let me highlight that command here. The name of the command we have is the inetget command. Okay, we have to use the inetget command. So this is only command we have to use, guys. Okay, so how to use this command? It's a big story. So you cannot remember all this code, guys. What you have to simply do is first save this file in the site editor. Just save this file, save, and under the auto folder. of your downloads where previous AU3 files are there. Now give it the name like file download demo, and save this as AU3 file and save this first. After that, click on the help, click on help again. You'll get this dialog. Now here, search for the particular command I was telling you, that is inetget. Inetget is the command, guys. Just search for that command here in the help documentation. Just type inetget. Okay, this is the command, guys. Double click on this command and of AutoIt inetget. Just scroll down on this page, guys. Okay, on this inetget page of this help documentation, scroll down, and somewhere here you'll find an example. Example is there. So you don't have to remember all this stuff. Just copy this to clipboard, guys. So click on this option. All this example code of this example will be copied into your clipboard. Now go to the site editor and right click and paste it. Okay. You see the entire code got pasted. Okay. I'll reduce the font a bit so that you can see everything here. So we don't have to use the entire code here. Okay. Whatever I copy pasted, I don't have to use the entire code. Only first two parts will be enough. Okay, here these two things will be enough, guys. Still here whatever I highlighted is enough. This is not required. Just delete that. Just delete that, guys. Okay, so just keep this much off, and we have to modify this also. Okay, we have to modify this part also. How to modify that, I'll tell you. So here, guys, here remove this part. Okay, here remove this part, completely remove this part. Okay, and provide double quote, provide a semicolon, and what you have to provide here inside this double quotes, what you have to provide is, go to the application, and let's say abc.txt file is the file you want to download. In that case, right click on this abc.txt link, and there is an option like copy link address. Copy link address. Select that, and if you paste in the new tab, you see this is the path. So on this application, the file is available at this location. Okay, download abc.txt is the path. Okay, so you can get any file path. Okay, any file path. Just right click and say copy link address. You will get this kind of path. That path, okay, that path you go into the script and paste it here, guys. Okay, that's what you have to do. Okay, the file you want to download, the path of the file, the URL path of the file that you want to download, you paste in and store into this variable, and that variable is provided here. You see $s file path. Okay, $s file path is the variable name. Okay, that is already provided here. To the inet get command, this particular path of the file, the URL path of the file that need to be downloaded is already provided as an argument here. Okay, that's what we do first for now. So what is the next? Okay, sorry. So that is wrong, guys. Whatever I explained is wrong. This file path should not be copied here. That is the wrong place I copied. So sorry for the confusion. Let's go back. So let's go back, guys. Okay, so where we have to, we should not be copying here, guys. Okay, that's a wrong mistake. I have to copy it here, guys. Okay, inside this double quotes I need to copy. Okay, small confusion was there. So paste it here, guys. This is the place you have to copy that abc.txt URL path. You have to paste it here. And what about this one? This one is different, guys. It should not be pasting this one here. Rather, you have to pasting this abc.txt file path, URL file path here, the init first argument. And here, remove that by default thing and provide double quote here. Here, what we have to do here is where you want to download. Okay, you have to give the path where you want to download this particular file. Where you want to download, you have to give this here, guys. Okay, where I want to download, instead of default, by default, when I using Selenium, if I click on abc.txt, by default this file will get downloaded in the downloads folder of my Windows machine by default, but I want to change that location. I want to download the file under the downloads files here folder. Okay, under the downloads files here folder I want to download. I'll right click on this, and I'll say copy path reference. I'll get the absolute path of this download files here. I copied the path of this folder in my machine, guys, and I'll just go here and paste it here. Okay, so this is the folder where I want to download this particular file. Okay, to be downloaded. But here, guys, in advance, you have to give that abc.txt also. Okay, in advance you have to give this abc.txt. So this is like this. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Okay, now the file path is provided here as an argument. Okay, the path where the path, the folder path where this particular file is going to get downloaded, you have to provide here along with the file name and extension. You have to provide that you are passing as an argument here. Okay, second argument. First argument is the URL of the file you want to download. Second argument is the location of the folder where along with the file name and extension where you are going to download in your machine. So there are two more arguments. The third argument you can keep it like that, guys. Fourth argument there is no need. You can delete that. Okay. There's no need of understanding this part, guys. Just blindly follow this process. Okay. Just this last argument you keep it. Well, last but one you keep it like this, and last argument you delete that. Okay. No need to use that. So this much changes you have to do, guys. Okay. So let me repeat again. So here the path of this abc.txt, path of this abc.txt, I have to right click and copy. To get the path of this abc.txt, I have to right click and copy link address. This kind of path you will get. This kind of a URL path of this abc.txt on this application you will get. That path you have to come to this editor, site editor, and in this particular code you have to paste that path here first. Okay, here you have to paste. That's the first step. Second thing is you have to remove the default thing here and provide the double quotes. In between the double quotes, you have to provide the location, the folder location where you want to download this abc.txt in your machine. Okay, along with the name and extension of the file you have to give, guys. Okay, location of the folder and name and extension of the file you have to give. Then only it's going to work. This $s file path is already there here. You don't have to do anything. Last argument you have to delete. That's it. Okay, after that, last argument of this command, inet get command, you have to delete. Now save this. Just simply save this, guys. Go to the location where it is saved in your machine. So that is a downloads folder. Okay, AV3 files are there in the downloads folder, in the auto folder. Go there and file download. Right, where is the file download? This is the file download demo. Right click on this file download demo and say compile script x86. Okay, that will be it. The exe file will be application file. Exe file will be generated. Copy that file. Exe file. Come back to your IntelliJ and under the AutoIt Scripts folder, paste it. Okay. Now say okay. Now file download demo is also there now. So what I have to do is I have to simply run this. Okay, I have to simply run this, guys. I don't have to write any code here. Simply one line I have to write, which will run this exe file. Okay, so how to do that? Runtime. Runtime is a predefined class in Java. Get runtime dot exec I have to say, and here I need to pass this path of this demo.exe file. How to give the path of this demo dot file download demo? Here I'll give that string auto it script file demo script file path is equal to system dot under the project is there now. I can write like this. Okay, get property is the project path. Till here it will get the project path and say plus under the project where exactly this exe file download demo.exe file is available. Under the project, under the AutoIt Scripts folder. Okay, AutoIt Scripts folder. Under the AutoIt Scripts folder, under the AutoIt Scripts folder, file download demo.exe is a file download demo.exe. Carefully type, guys. Okay, otherwise you'll get errors. Okay, if you have any spelling mistake, you'll get the errors. So fine. Okay, semicolon is there, no problem. Now this one exe file path of file download demo.exe provide here in the exe file. Okay, exe, and now hover the mouse on this and ignore this exception. I'm ignoring the exception because this is a demo. In real time, you have to use try catch blocks. Now run the script, guys. Okay, now run the script and see whether the. So we can do one more thing, guys. Okay, after let's say after the file got downloaded. Okay, when you run this, guys, what will happen is when you run this, when this particular line is run, it will run this exe file. Because of that, okay, because of that, it will run the AutoIt script where the file will be automatically downloaded in the specified location. Okay, whatever the folder location you mentioned, instead of the default folder location, it will download in the downloads files here folder, which is nothing but this one, guys. Okay, before I run, guys, under the downloads files here, no files are downloaded here, right? So under here, this folder, the file will be downloaded, guys. Okay, so that will be downloaded, but to check whether the file has been really downloaded here or not, programmatically, I can write something like this. Okay, if here I need to give the file name, guys. Okay, I'll just have to create a file here. So what is the file? I'll just create the file here. File is equal to new file of. Okay, file is equal to new file of. I'll give the path of the file here. What is the path of the file? Import this file from java.io package, and here I have to give the path of the file. What is the path of the file? String file path. Okay, downloaded file path. After downloading, we'll get the path of the file, guys. Okay, after the file got really downloaded, we'll get the path of the file here. Where the file will be downloaded, I'm expecting the file to be downloaded under this folder, right? So I'll give the path of that folder. System dot get property Here I'll say user dot dir, okay, user dot dir plus double quote, double backward slash under this project. This user dot directory means under the project, under the downloads files here. Download files here folder. Under that folder, with what name and extension the file will be down. For example, here I want to download the abc.txt file. Give that abc.txt here. That's it. Okay. Which file you want to download, that name you give here. And so whether this particular file exists or not, to check that, I have to create the path and provide the path here of the file. And after that, I'll check whether this file really exists or not. Okay, programmatically. If you have seen my previous sessions on of this same training series, okay, in the previous videos of the same training series, there in Java I covered file handling guys, okay, file handling mechanism. So if you have gone through that session, you will understand what I'm doing here. Okay, I'll simply say file dot exists. Okay, file exists. Then I'll simply print out system dot out dot println sys out, and here I'll say file got successfully downloaded. Okay, this message I will print. Okay, programmatically and verifying whether the file exists or not. Okay, that's it. Now guys, you see the script may not, you see this AutoIt script may take time, right? So to download and all. Okay, so after I run this line, okay, after this AutoIt script has been run, it will take some time to download in your machine, right? So I cannot directly go with this text, so I'll give some thread dot sleep here. So after downloading, the file may not be immediately available. It may take some seconds of time. So I'll give some 5 seconds here. Okay, I'll wait for 5 seconds, and so that the file will be completely downloaded. And after that, I'll represent the file and verify whether the file exists or not. Okay. So ignore the exception for a while. Now what I will do here after writing this, what I will do here is that's it. I guess I think we are good. So let's see what will happen. Before I run the script here, before I run this code here, you see under the download files here, there is no file available, right? After I run the script, it should have abc.txt file downloaded here. Let's see whether that is happening or not. Run the script. Using AutoIt, I'm downloading the file case, okay? And that too, not to the default folder in my machine. That is default, not to the default downloads folder. Rather, the file should be downloaded to the specified folder location in my project, okay? So let's see what will happen. So the script is still running, guys. Let's wait. It will wait for 5 seconds and all those stuff. Okay. So let's wait. We should get an output that if you are getting any output, then we are good. Otherwise, you see, file has not been downloaded. It seems okay. There's a problem. The file has not been downloaded. What may be the problem, guys? What may be the problem? I gave everything fine now. Still, why it has not been downloaded? Hmm, let's refresh this once. Is there any option? No, it has not been downloaded actually. AutoIt script file path. I gave everything right, I guess. I'm just let me cross check guys with my code to see if I did any mistakes here. Okay, so download file. Okay, so yeah, complete folder location I gave. Fine, that's fine. Okay, init get. So yeah, this one is also correct. There's no problem here. But what about this one? Is there any problem I did? User directory download file demo. This is okay. Then yeah, fine. This is the URL. Okay, that I need to pass later. That's okay. Robot.png. That's fine still. Mhm. This is correct only. Okay, so what's going wrong? Fine, everything looks correct. Whatever the code I have written is 100% correct, but still it is not working. Let me cross check again if I did any mistakes here. So fine, to the temporary folder. This is the folder it will be downloaded with this file and extension. Okay, and this is the URL. Done. File path. Done. Everything looks good, guys, but still it is not working. Okay, let me run it again, guys. Let me run it again. The code looks good, but still there's something going wrong. Okay, it's still not happening. Okay, so let's cross check our code again. AutoIt script file path. AutoIt script file path. In that file path, system.get property, user.directory, file, any mistakes I did, AutoIt Scripts. Yeah, this is fine. Under that, file download demo.exe. Yeah, everything is fine. So here runtime.getRuntime exe. This one I have to run. So this particular file will be run. So let me save this and let's see compile it again. Okay, so maybe there may be some mistake we have done. Get down, compile script, exe file. I'll take this exe file and paste it here. Delete this older one. Okay, do refactor and paste it here. Right click paste. Now this file path did I give correctly here? Yes. No exception has come, so it should be fine. Then thread.sleep. Okay, download file path system dot. Okay, this is a post operation. Okay, if download happens, these two lines should work actually. So let's run this again. Okay, let's wait 5 seconds. It will wait, guys. Okay, still running, still running. No, it's not working. So let me cross check once. Looks like it got downloaded, guys. You see under the downloads files folder it is there, but maybe it's taking more time to download. Okay, I'll give this as let's say 10 seconds. I'll give. Okay, instead of 5 seconds, let me give. Maybe that is a problem. Okay, the script is fine, everything is fine because it's downloading. You see, abc.txt file got here. That means it got downloaded, but the output is not coming. So this part is not working. So I just wait for more time. Okay, so let me run it. I'll delete this again. I'll delete this again. I didn't change any script or something. So the script is still same, guys. Okay, I didn't change any script. Let's run this. Maybe it is taking more time to download. That's the only reason the output is not coming fine. Okay, so it should print file got successfully downloaded, but maybe it's taking more time to download. So I'm just giving 10 seconds here. Okay, 10,000 milliseconds. Okay, so surprisingly, it's not giving me the output here. File.exe is not working out, but here the file is getting downloaded. That's the problem. So have I given the proper file path here? User.directory download files here, downloads. Yeah, you see there's a problem here, guys. Downloads. Okay, I just gave the spelling. This is the mistake I have done. That's the reason it is not detecting. Okay, so the folder name is wrong. Downloads you have to write here, but I have mentioned download. That is a mistake. Now let's see. This time it should work. Okay, this time let me delete it again. This time it should give a proper output. You see, small mistakes in your code will cause this kind of things. Okay, so run the script. Run the script. So fine. This time let's see what will happen. It should download the file under the required folder, and after that it should verify also. It is waiting for 10 seconds. You see, this time we got the output, guys. Okay, after correcting our mistake here, the wrong folder name. You see, file got successfully downloaded, and the file got downloaded at the desired location in our machine. Okay, instead of this particular abc.txt file getting downloaded in the default location in your machine, that is default downloads folder in your machine, now it got downloaded. Instead of downloading there, using this code, using this AutoIt code, we were able to make it download at the required location in our machine. Okay, at the required folder in our machine. Okay, this folder is also part of your machine, right? Even though it's part of the project, this project is part of your machine. So that's why I'm saying that. Okay, at the required location of your machine, we're able to download the file. Fine, guys, all good so far. Okay, all good so far. Now what else? Here, guys, this is fine, but this is still hard coding, guys. Okay, this location is still hard coding part, I can say. We should not be writing like this. Okay, this path also, this path, this file URL path. Okay, file URL path or the location of the folder where you are actually downloading the file. You are hard coding that. Okay, that should not happen, guys. Okay, we should not hard code like that. So we have to remove the hard coding from here. Okay, we have to remove the hard coding. To remove the hard coding, guys, simply what I will do is I'll remove this part, I'll remove this thing and say dollar. Okay, I'll simply say dollars CMD line one, I'll say. Okay, command line one, I will say. So this will go and fall here. That's okay. Okay, you see what I'll be taking that path to the command line one and storing in this file path variable. And what about this one? This one also I don't want to use like this, guys. Okay, this part I want to remove and give directly. I want to say dollar CMD line 2, I want to say. Okay, into the command line 2, into the second argument I have to give the URL path of the file. Into the first command line I have to give the location of the folder where I am going to download. Okay, that's two things. Okay, so I'm making it kind of dynamic, guys. Okay, I'll be passing this things from the program. Okay, every time we cannot come and change the things, right? So that's why save this, go to the location where it is saved. That is this one, file download demo. I'll delete this part and again compile this. Every time you change something in the AutoIt script, you have to compile, guys. Once you compile this file, you will get the exe file. Copy this exe file, come back to this IntelliJ and remove the older one, delete the older one, say do refactor here, it will go away. Now right click on this and say paste. Okay, so the new one which got auto generated, compiled and auto generated recently, that we got saved here. Now guys, already we created AutoIt script file path for this file download demo dot, that is already there here. That's one thing. So two more command line arguments we have to provide. Okay, this time we have to provide command line arguments. What are the command line arguments? So the second command, one of the command line argument is the command line one. This is the command line one, guys. Okay, download where in which location you want to download the files. Okay, I want to download the files under the downloads files here folder. Okay, this is the place. Okay, I'll cut it from here and paste it here. I'll just move it to the top. Okay, this I need to pass into the AutoIt script now. Okay, here I need to pass. So that's why I'm moving it here. Download file path. So here this is the location with this file name and extension. It has to download in this particular location. Third thing is string file URL path. Okay, file URL path. I have to give the URL path of the file. How to get the URL path of the file, guys? Okay, from the application we can get the URL path of the file. This is the command line 2 in the AutoIt scripts. So go to the application and this is the file, right? Refresh here once and okay, this is the one. Right click on this and say copy link address. This should go here. Okay, this should go here, guys. Okay, like this we have to give. Like this we have to give three things. Now, guys, now simply instead of let me close this part. Let me delete this abc.txt file from here. Now this folder will be do refactor. This folder will be empty now. Now, guys, what I want to do here is instead of running like this, I should not be passing only this part. This time I'll say string array cmd is equal to, I'll pass like this. Okay, first one will be the AutoIt script exe file path. Okay, that will be as usual. Comma command line one. What is the command line one here? Your command line one should go here. That is folder location. What is the folder location? Downloads files here, folder location. What is the downloads files here? Downloaded, what is the folder location? Guys, this is the one, right? Downloaded file path. Okay, this is the folder location. Along with the name and extension of the file, we have to give. Copy this and paste it here. And say third one should be the command line 2. Here we are accepting the command line 2. That should be the URL of the application file. URL of the application file. This file URL path will go into command line 2. That's it. Like this, you have to carefully give, guys. If you change the order, it will not work. Okay. If you give file URL path here and download a file path here, so URL path will go to command line 1 and this will go to command line 2 and your script will not work, guys. Okay. Make sure that you give the correct order. This will go into command line 1. This will go into command line 2, and that should happen as. And here I have to pass the CMD here in the AXE now. Okay. So like this, I can make this code dynamic. And tomorrow, if I want to change this folder location where I want to download, or I want to change the file I want to download instead of abc.txt file, I want to download some other file, I can change from here in the code itself. I don't have to modify the AutoIt script. That's the reason I'm doing this process. Okay. So I think 5 seconds will be enough, guys. Okay. Earlier the mistake was the folder, so 5 seconds should work. Now run the script, guys. It should work. Run the script. So before running the script, you see there is no file under the download files here. After running the script, it should have the file downloaded. Okay. Let's wait for the script to run after 5 seconds. Okay, still, yeah, you see file got successfully downloaded came, and also here expand this, you see abc.txt file is there. What if I want to download a different file? So instead of abc.txt file, let's say I want to download this robot.png file here. Okay, I want to download this robot.png. Copy this link address. You see, this is a URL link address of that robot.png on this application. Go here. Instead of modifying the AutoIt script, go to the editor itself, IntelliJ editor. Here, change the URL, guys. Okay, first change the URL. So you see, robot.png came here, and also the expected file is not abc.txt file. The expected file is here. Also, you have to change the desired downloads files here location. You have to change that to robot.png. Okay, you have to change that to robot.png. Then only it is going to work. This time it will not download the abc.txt file. It will already abc.txt file is already downloaded. It will freshly download the robot.png file now. Run the script. This time it will download robot.png. Like this, guys, we can make this kind of script dynamic. Okay, we can make the script kind of dynamic. You see, file got successfully downloaded. If you go here to the downloads files here folder, you see robot.png got downloaded, right? And also it displayed the message here. So hope, guys, you understood how to write the AutoIt scripts, how to use AutoIt scripts with Selenium Java automation code to perform something that Selenium cannot perform by default, like uploading the files by handling that window-based native dialog during the web application automation. Or sometimes you don't want to download in the default folder location, default downloads folder location in a Windows machine. Rather, you want to change the location. You want to download in your project folder location or something. For that reason, how can you use AutoIt script to download the files? Okay. For all that reasons, you can use AutoIt with the Selenium automation, guys. Okay. This is generally why we use AutoIt, guys. AutoIt is used in Selenium automation to handle such kind of window dialogues which come in between during the automation. Okay, which obstruct the web application automation because they are coming in the web application automation itself. Okay, Selenium cannot automate that. Selenium, with the help of AutoIt, will overcome such kind of dialogues which are window-based dialogues which are coming in between. Okay, but one thing you have to note down here is AutoIt works only in Windows operating system, guys. It will not work in Mac or some other operating systems. It will only work in the Windows operating system, and it can be used only for handling the window dialogues. Okay, not Mac or Linux related stuff. Okay, fine. So with this, guys, we are done with this AutoIt session. Okay, so that's all from this session, guys. See you. Thank you. Bye.